Welcome to the Rock Newman Show.
It's the Rock Newman Show.
We're not trying to not make waves. We think it's important to make waves. Now, one thing that's a real concern is the achievement gap. And although we keep hearing over and over, Maryland has the #1 school system. Well, if you're from Prince George's County or you're from Baltimore City, you might get kind of irritated to hear that Maryland has the #1 school system because our kids have a serious achievement gap.
Well, let me just say on that particular point, I was going to get to education. I kind of want to stay with the political just for a moment, but just I got to pick up on that. I can't tell you how many families that I know that live in Prince George's County that are doing everything they can, hook and crook, to get some of their kids who are in school to be schooled in other counties. So indeed, there is an achievement gap there. Why is that?
Well, we just need to put more resources in the younger kids. Yeah. So a lot of children are coming from very difficult backgrounds, and maybe their parents have not spent time reading to them when they were a baby, and therefore by the time they get to school, they're behind. And then the attention that the teachers have to give is to bring those kids up, and the kids who are already on level are not getting the same attention they need to succeed, to go forward. So it's been a problem. We need to have more money, more resources going to the younger kids. That's going to make a big difference. That's something that Doug Gansler and I want to do, and there are ways to do it. We just passed the casino gambling, and I supported that for the jobs and for the money that we need. And so
I'm glad you did. They're one of my sponsors. The MGM Grand National Harbor is one of my sponsors, and they're great folks over there.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And I was just disturbed recently. I was in a hearing where we're hearing, wow, we're getting a ton of money out of the casinos. But instead of having more money being put into schools, they're just diverting the money to someplace else. So it's just kind of frustrating. The governor has a lot of power in Maryland, and it's important to have someone in that position who's not just going to make a history, but make a difference. Okay. And I know I do both. I make history because if I'm elected, I'll be the first Democratic African-American woman lieutenant governor in our nation's history.
Yeah, and that is history. That would be making history.
That is history.
Let me ask you, because there was some controversy. I put my shoulder to the wheel. I believed that gaming at National Harbor would be not just a good thing, but a great thing for the county and for the region, for the state.
Absolutely.
I just, when you strip it all away, and you talk about the impact, the jobs, and all the rest, and, folks got into the issue of morality, and it was like, look, okay, let's talk about this morality issue for a second, if you will. They're going to gamble here, or they're going to go into another county and gamble. I mean, you're not going to stop people. You're not going to legislate morality. So why don't we craft a package? And I'm somewhat aware that there is a phenomenal package. You, the county, the state, you guys have done a good job in saying and crafting a relationship with MGM where the county, the region, the state dramatically benefits. I want to ask you as an elected official, why you supported the MGM Grand opening at National Harbor. What were your reasons for doing that? Because there was some resistance.
Well, also keep in mind that there are 2 other locations still in play for the casino. I support the National Harbor location. Yeah. It's clearly the best one. It's where you're going to be able to do a ton of economic development right there. It's a perfect location. It's draws Virginia. Sure. It's great. Yeah. But when it comes to morals, I think it's immoral to keep people from having a job. Yeah. And the people I represent a lot of people in difficult circumstances who need work. And I want to make sure that we get them work. And a lot of these jobs are also going to be good union jobs, which I support.
With the MGM in terms of its construction, once it is up and beyond.
Exactly. Right. Exactly. So people who may not have graduated from college will still be able to work, and they'll be able to do all kinds of things. And people who have graduated from college can also get jobs. So there's a range of jobs. I think that people only think of the actual dealing type jobs, but there are a lot of jobs associated with a big project like this.
Yeah.
Everything from accounting to...
You know, in the spirit of full disclosure, I already said MGM Grand was a sponsor of this show. You know, we're very careful about who we do business with this show, because one thing, if I have a reputation for, it's of speaking just very, very candidly.
Yeah, me too.
And if the MGM, if I didn't know the MGM had, and its reputation for being a good corporate partner, for its reputation of being one of the most culturally diverse businesses in the country, you know, it really mattered. Those kind of things matter to us, and I'm proud that they are a sponsor, and I'm really happy that this region that I grew up in Prince George's County, I grew up in Brandywine, Maryland. To see this kind of mega resort come to our shores is something that is very special, and I'm really happy that you supported that. I think it was a wise decision across the board.
Yeah, I agree it was wise. It wasn't always popular.
Yeah,
I certainly
but that's what leaders do.
Right.
Leaders do the best thing. That's right.
Leaders lead, and,
That's right.
and I haven't really heard anything from the other campaign on
Now,
that issue.
you know, I'm not...
This is the Rock Newman Show.